George from California. This is my Cobalt scooter. It's got some wear and tear. Run it all over. Stopped running. Changed the batteries a couple of years ago, so I figured the batteries are worn and torn. But if your scooter stops running before you do that, first check this out. Try to reset it. There's a reset button right there. And then also, see this part right here? Right there? Has 4 pins. I saw where 1, 2, 3 are pretty good, in good condition, but then there's one that's kind of old tarnish. So I use a little bit of alcohol in it. See if that helps. You might want to try if it stops running and it won't roll. So you might want to try this. Turn it on and then honk. Use the horn 2 times. And then you can turn it off or you can do it again, whatever works. You kind of just have to mess with it a little bit and then it'll roll. That's another something you can try. Might want to change the fuse. Figure out how to open that up. It's no big deal. I'm sure she can figure it out. Change the fuse. That might be the problem. So here we go. We're getting to this part of the meat. Have to make sure that these wires are connected. Either connect loose or tight. Make sure they're connected there. And then sometimes the connections to the actual connector comes off. It's loose. So, and then another point that's really important is that's why it's important to have a case. Because if you don't have a case, what happens is you have 2 batteries and they'll go apart and then they start tugging on the wires and then that becomes disconnected. So my battery, I have it all tied up like that. And then this carrying case, that's a homemade one. That's my wife's. She said, "You found my purse." I said, "Yeah, it also cost me like 25 bucks. Going back to this connection right there. Right there. My scooter, this is a new part that I bought on eBay. They're pretty expensive. If you find it on eBay, you're fortunate. So this part right here on mine was loose. It was coming off and like that. So I had to tear into this scooter, try to figure out what's going on. I had to open it up. I had to get one of these. What I really like about this tool is that it's flexible. Because there was a part inside that I needed to get a little flexibility. So the tip is the Torx. It's got a metal connection, but I still had to put a little tape on there so that the tip wouldn't fall off. So you might need that along with pliers and whatever miscellaneous tools you might have in your. This is the back of the inside of the scooter. This is the internal connection of the 4-pin that's connected outside. Looking closely, it's connected, but then there's 4 pins that are not connected. This is the inside of the scooter. I found that if you put the scooter up on the side, on the wheels, that it's easier. This is where you're gonna have to use the Torx screw. That's it. It's running pretty good. I ran it, make sure it ran for a while with the old batteries. So what was the problem? I don't know, but it needed a bunch of loose wires connected and cleaning it anyway. I never really wanted a wheelchair. I have MS, that's my step. Deal with a lot of symptoms, having some trouble walking. At some point, we realize we have to accept what we're dealing with and do the best we can. So I decided to get a wheelchair. This is like my 4th power chair. I get them on the internet. Sometimes I have to fix them up a little bit. Sometimes I just switch the batteries. Sometimes they just go down, kaput. But I'm so glad that a power chair. If you get a power chair, it's good to get one that's real light and easy to fold up and put in your car, and you can just in and out the store, whatever you need to do. This one is you disassemble it and then you can reassemble it. It's a little bit more tedious. It weighs a little bit, but so far it's working for me. It gives me a lot of freedom. I take it to wherever we need to go, and I feel good about being able to stroll along and chill. My family, they're cool. Not a big deal, man. Yeah, free your spirit, free yourself, free your life. George from California. Have fun, take care. Remember, adapt, adjust, move on. Go on, man. Live your life.